What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Let me set up Instagram real quick while you guys are hopping in. Got to ship out some orders. Yesterday, our sales absolutely exploded. Let me shut these off really quick because these are talking to me. Our sales yesterday absolutely exploded. We had 30 orders going out between eBay, Poshmark, and Depop. So it was, yeah, wild. Let me go ahead and load this up real quick. Shipping orders live. Boom. All right, we are live on Instagram too. So yeah, we had sales exploded yesterday. We had 30 orders between eBay, Poshmark, and Depop, along with all of our whatnot orders yesterday. So for some reason, I don't know why, but sales just skyrocketed. I will say that I actually dropped my ad rate on eBay from 9% to 7% like 2 days before. And over the last few days, I've been having like consistently like really, really, really good sales. So I'm gonna keep it at 7% for a little bit and see if that is gonna keep my sales the same, steady, or increase them. Because if I can make more money giving less money to eBay, then I definitely will. So we're testing out 7%. I'll test it out for like a month, and then I'll probably drop that 7% down to 5%, and then just keep rolling that way and see if I can eventually land on some sweet spot that's like, between 6 and 7%. That way I don't have to give 9% to the Bay. So I will do that all day. What's up, Amy? What's up, Beverly? Welcome in. I'm covering a pair of shoes with a lily top I bought from you. Where can I send pics? Hey, I'm covering a pair of shoes with a lily top I bought from you. Where can I send pics when I'm done? You can send them on Instagram. You're covering a pair of shoes with a lily top. Like, are you you're like stitching them on top? That's awesome. Yeah, send it on Instagram because that's where I usually get. If you send it on Facebook, I usually don't get your messages over there. I have so many unread messages on Facebook, it's ridiculous. So, probably sharing information. We've been 9% since you increased, and I've seen a lot of sales. I'm gonna try to drop. Yeah, I tried 9% because Surfs was doing 9%. He said he saw a pretty good increase in sales. I saw a little bit of an increase in sales, and I was like, you know what? Let's try 7%. See how 7% works, and it's been working pretty well. So, we're gonna ship everything out. Sneakers, nice. We're going to send out everything today. I'm going to show you everything that sold. And again, this is why I stress cross-listing. We had 19 orders on eBay and 10 orders on Poshmark yesterday. So if I just listed to eBay, maybe one or two more of those items would have sold on eBay as opposed to selling on Poshmark yesterday. I highly doubt it. But 30 orders because we cross-list. So if you want to try cross-listing, Nifty, I have it in the description of this video. There's a free trial, 7-day free trial. And then they have the prices and everything. I have a full YouTube video as well, so feel free to go check out that YouTube video. But you guys are going to see between both platforms. And I'm not doing anything different. I'm pricing everything the same across all platforms. Nifty's sharing my listings for me, doing all the work for me, and I'm making more sales. So if you want to try it, 7-day free trial, definitely suggest trying out Nifty and getting your stuff cross-listed. So what's up, Amy? What's up, Blended? Do you live in Tampa? We do. We don't live in Tampa. We live in Clearwater, but we live right around the Tampa Bay area. So what is up, Surfs? Look who it is. Surfs is in the chat. Yeah, send it over on IG. What's up, Carolyn? Send it over on IG. I'll take a look at those. What's up, everybody over on Instagram as well? We got everybody all set up, ready to go. We're gonna try to go quickly through this. If you bought something on our Whatnot show, as you can see, the background's a little different because Kayla's racking up everything. We've already shipped out all your orders, so those are waiting for the mailman, and I'm going to get all these orders out today too, so we appreciate you guys. Saturday show is going to be crazy, so if you want to see a crazy show, come to Saturday show. You guys already saw some inventory. She's unpacking some stuff right now, and I'm looking at new stuff that we have not seen before, and it is just insane stuff. So make sure you come out. What's up, EJF? Make sure you come out Saturday. You do not want to miss. Even if you just want to watch the show, just come to watch the show because there's going to be brands that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. You're going to see stuff go for crazy money because we have some wildly insane pieces for Saturday shows. So it'll be a fun show just to hang out and watch. All right, let's go ahead and ship. I got everything next to me. Let me see really quick. Let me go over here. Let me slide you guys over so I can read the chat. I'm all not set up today because we've been working already. We've been shipping already. Yesterday on eBay, I want to share some of these numbers. Yesterday on eBay, we did, just on eBay alone, $665 in sales. It is currently 11:15 in the morning, and we've already done 385 sales just today alone. So between both of those numbers, what is that, $1,000 between both of those numbers just from yesterday and just today's sales. Not even a full, not even a full 48-hour, 2-day span. So today's looking really, really good. I had somebody come through and buy a bunch of stuff from my eBay store. You guys will see that in just a second. But it's been, yeah, it's been really, really good. It has been really, really good the last couple days. Maybe just gonna drop my ad rate. Yeah, drop it to 7%. See if 7% works. I dropped from 9 to 7. I haven't seen an decrease in sales. I've actually seen a little bit of an increase in sales. A lot of the suggested ad rates for eBay for some of the stuff I'm selling is like 13 to 14%, but I would never pay that much. That's just wild. What's up, Opal? Welcome in. Welcome in. Good morning, Faith. Welcome in. How many items are listed? How many items do I currently have listed on eBay? I have 2,640 items. I did have 2,700 plus items just like 2-3 days ago, but we've been selling a ton. So stuff is selling. Stuff is moving right now. Like dress shirts are moving. You guys are going to see a bunch of those as we're shipping. A ton of dress shirts are moving. But first sale, we're going to start with the biggest and best sale to start out with, because why not? It's sitting on top. I'm actually going to pack it up off live because I need to make sure I pack this up very, very nice and neat for the buyer. You guys might remember this from one of my recent videos. This is a men's Suit Supply jacket. Good brand to look for. Always look for that Suit Supply branding right there. And then of course on the inside, you got your Suit Supply. This one is a pure linen Suit Supply jacket, and it's more of like a jacket, not so much a blazer. But the whole thing is linen. It's got snap buttons on the front. Really, really good piece. Really, really good item to look for. This was sitting in a thrift store and it was discounted, which means it sat there for an extra week and nobody bought it. I paid $6.96 for this. It was I think it was 12 or 13 and then it was half off. So it sat there for a full week. Nobody bought it. I grabbed it for $6.96. This took about a week to sell and it sold for $162. 162. So 696 and a 162 pre-owned Suit Supply blazer. Those things probably retail for like $400 or $500. So 162 is a good deal for somebody looking for their own personal piece. And yeah, 696 into 162. That's a crazy good sale to start out with. About the Dymo 550. The labels only print one at a time. I don't have a 550. I have a 450 and I have a 450 and I have a 4XL. I don't have the 550. The 550 is a new version. I've never used the 550 before, so I can't give you any information on that. I use two different label printers for both of my labels. The skinny labels I use the 450 for. The big labels I use the 4XL. They don't make either of those anymore, I don't believe. So appreciate you, Obabs. Yeah, give the live a thumbs up if you're watching it. Hit that thumbs up button. All right, let's ship out the next order. Lots of bread and butter sold yesterday. This is a bread and butter piece right here. This is a pair of 7 for All Mankind Slimmy jeans. I always pick these up. As long as they're 10 or below, I'll pick them up because they're usually quick sellers. This one sat for a little bit, so I did take a little bit of a best offer on this. It sold for $20.70. I paid $10.70. Not a really, really good sale. Nowadays, I'm picking these up for more like around $5 to $8 whenever I'm out there thrifting, unless they're a big size. If they're a big size, I'll pick them up and pay a little bit more. Am I going to pack it in a super special way? So I'm going to put it in a box. So I don't pack anything that I put in boxes on live because it just takes too long. I'm going to have a bunch to pack up. But what I'm going to do is probably put that in a shoebox. I'm going to basically put it into a bag, a clear bag, and I'm probably going to throw it into a shoebox like this. Or I'm going to, if it fits, I'll throw it into one of these. These are Priority Mail boxes, and these are the skinny ones. So if it's skinny enough after I pack it up, I'll throw it into this one and then just slide it in there and ship it out. But I'm going to make sure I bag it up and make it look really nice because they did pay good money for it. And I think they paid Ground Advantage shipping, but I'm going to upgrade them to Priority because I can use a box and I'll pay a little bit more, but they also paid a good amount. So I don't mind paying up a little bit more for my packaging because they paid good money for theirs, so I got to take care of them. Feel free to ask questions too, just like Obabs did. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. No matter where you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, over on Instagram. As I'm packing, I'll answer some of those questions. Next up, I'm just going to grab randomly out of here. I'm actually filmed a package pull video too, so you guys will probably see that later today or tomorrow. This is a men's Robert Graham shirt. I did pay up for this one too. Paid $26.05 because it's a really good pattern. It's got that flip cuff on it. It's got the big Robert Graham hit. It's just a really, really nice Robbie G. $26.05. This sold for $50 plus shipping. I had it listed for $59.99. Someone gave me a best offer. We just listed this a few weeks ago, so I decided to take that and get that moved. got nifty last month to start moving over from Poshmark to eBay. Do you recommend everyone to do promoted listing rate of 7%? I'm testing 7%. So Brooke, I wouldn't say do it right away. I would start promoting at some kind of promotion, especially if you're doing clothing. It's a saturated market. At least do like a 2 or 3% promotion over on eBay. 7% might be too high. Like I said, I'm still testing. I'm just moved from 9 to 7. I'll probably move lower next month and see if I see an increase or decrease in sales. But start with 2%. I would suggest 2%. At least promote a little bit. When you live with phone, what do you use your? No, I use my phone. You can't use with Meta glasses. You can only link to Facebook or Instagram. You can't link to any other apps. And also I've done the live just through the Meta glasses, and the quality is not. It's not really that good. These are good for making videos, but they're not really good for going live on yet. So I use my phone. Basically, I'm just holding my phone like this as I go down the aisle, and I just have my phone tilted up so I can read chat and then also show what I'm doing going down the aisle. It basically looks like I'm FaceTiming somebody. Like, just imagine you're just FaceTiming someone. That's the distance that I use when I'm going down the aisle. Next up, appreciate everybody being here. Yeah, hit that like button if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, or if you're on Instagram. I think if you tap the screen, it does something, but I'm not too sure. Next up, that's the Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a quarter zip sweater. These are just bread and butter pieces for me. I picked this up locally in a bulk buy. I probably paid like right around $6 for this. Sold for full asking price, $22.99 plus shipping. I treat these just like I do Ralph Lauren shirts. I do pick these up for between $5 to $8, and I list them for $23 to $25 plus ship. Can you reverse show the product instead? So your iPhone can reverse your show product instead of your face. Yeah, you use your front camera. So on Whatnot, when you load up your show, as soon as I go live, if you watch the beginning of the show, you'll notice that it shows my face, and then I instantly just flip the camera, and then you're able to see what I'm looking at going down the aisle. So super easy to do. It's just like filming any video. You just tap that and flip it. All right, this one's going to go out for £2, $7.36. Buyer paid $9 for shipping. I did adjust my shipping. I know a couple weeks ago I was testing out like giving my discount to the buyers and seeing if I saw an increase in sales. I didn't see an increase in sales giving a discount to the buyers, so I switched back to charging them full retail price for their labels, and my sales are going up. So I don't know the logic behind that. Obviously, I was giving them a better deal, and I wasn't seeing an increase in sales, so there's no point to that. Next up, these are Good American jeans. These are kind of falling off a little bit. We really don't pick these up. Even new with tags, Good Americans are kind of hard to move. If you're picking these up pre-owned, try to get bigger sizes and only try to pay like right around $5 for them. We paid $14.42 retail arbitrage for these, and these sold for $29.99 plus shipping. Again, not a great sale. Making a little bit of profit, but it's not really that much. Doesn't justify paying almost $15 to make 30 on those. What's your price point when you'll switch from the double bag system to the box system, please? So it's not really a price point, OVABs. Like when you switch over from the double bag system to the box system. So what do you mean by double bag system? Do you mean like boxes and bins? Is that what you're talking about? Like what point do you switch over from the bins to the boxes? Is that kind of what you're asking? So I'm not really sure what the double bag system is. We've always used the double bag system. Even when we use bins, we use the double bag system. So we bag our items up in the clear bag, and then we've always put them into another bag, even when we use the bin system. But I think once you get to the point where you're over like 1,000 listings and you have enough room for it, you should change over to the box system. At that point, I think that your store is big enough and it's way more efficient to pull your items from boxes instead of bins. If you watch my order pull videos, like literally to pull 30 orders today, and I filmed a video of me pulling. After I filmed that video of me pulling those 4 items, it took me like less than 5 minutes to pull all the rest of the 26 items. If I was doing the bin system, I'd have to pull down those bins, open them up, dig through them, grab the item, then ship it. It takes too long to do that. So I would suggest switching over as quickly as you can, as long as you have the space. Space is key with the box system. Where can I find your inventory setup video? It's on YouTube here. I'll find it for you. I'll link it in the chat. Give me 2 seconds. Content. There it is right there. I think if I click on it here, and I can share it, right? Yep. All right. This is my box versus bins video. It shows you how to set up my entire inventory setup. Again, that's not my setup. I shout out Daily Refinement in that video. He's the one that came up with that system. From what I know, I watched his video originally and I kind of made my own video off of it. So go watch that video. It shows everything about boxes versus bins. You're switching from mailing and bags. Switching from mailing and bags versus upgrading the box. So I'll still bag that item. But once the person's over like $100, it's probably more, they probably expect their item to be shipped in a box rather than just a bag. So that's when I'll adjust it. If it's a higher dollar sale, I'll take care of them a little bit better. I'll make sure their items are well taken care of. And I don't mind if I pay a little bit more for shipping because my margins on that is so high. Even if I have to pay $1 or $2 extra for shipping on it, I made well over $100 profit on it. So, it doesn't really affect me to upgrade them. And they'll have a better experience and probably come back and buy some more stuff. What do you do when a person makes an offer on eBay and you accept and it doesn't pay? Your item is still listed. So if they don't pay, other people can still buy your item. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, some people don't have the correct credit cards. You could message them and say, hey, your payment failed. Can you fix it for me, please? Sometimes that works because they don't understand that their payment failed. They just see that their offer was accepted. So yeah, messaging them could help, but I really don't worry about that. If they don't buy it, it's still there. Yeah, Ethan ships in bags until price is over 50. Yep, that's a good model. Whatever model works for you. If $50 is your price point, if $100 is your price point, you just need to figure that out. Usually jackets like that, I usually put in a box anyway. What is a box system? How are you storing items? If you go watch my videos, Sandra, my order pull videos, you'll understand. Like, go back, my reels from like 2 days ago has the box system that I use and it shows everything. And then go watch that YouTube video to explain everything for you. Do you have a video on shoes? My friend just got a pallet. No, but I'm going to do a Bolo video on shoes. I still need to film that. I'm going to try to film it tonight if I have some time. But yeah, I'm going to do my next Bolo video. Is going to be a shoe Bolo video. We're back to the thrift yesterday. Check out flesh ponies you were talking about. Nice. Yeah, but flesh ponies are good. Just make sure your buy cost is lower on those. They don't go for extreme amount of money. They just sell a little bit better because people like the style of them. Sold 2K yesterday. Let's go. Yes, I got between eBay, eBay, Poshmark, Depop, and whatnot. We also did 2K yesterday. So I was like, yesterday was a very, very good day. I wish every day was like yesterday. That's awesome. Awesome. Good job, Oliver. Shipped the Brooks Brothers blazer, sold for 100 yesterday, double bag system. Wonder if I should upgrade them. You don't have to. I mean, it'll still make it there. Sometimes with blazers, if they do fit, I will still put them in these bags because I feel like these tie back envelopes are a little bit better than the poly bags. But if it's like over like $100, usually I'll try to upgrade them. I'll try to do my best to upgrade them. All right, let's get back to shipping really quick. I see some more questions in the chat. We'll get to you guys in just a second. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren. This is bread and butter Polo Ralph Lauren. This one's actually brand new with tags, and I picked this up at a thrift store. I paid $10.70 for this, and it sold for $45. Nice little Polo Ralph Lauren sale. I'm at 2K a month. You'll get there. I've been doing this for a while. A very, 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 very long time. So, you'll get there. Just watch what everybody else is doing and do your best to do what they're doing. Especially people are showing the right way to do it. And you'll get there. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm not special. I'm not specialer than anybody in the chat. Yeah, the tax refund checks are hitting. I think so too. I may purchase a small pallet order of Hokas to resell on Whatnot. Nice. You can either resell them on Whatnot or you can sell them on other platforms too. If that Whatnot doesn't work out, Hokas is like a no-brainer because even if you can't move them on Whatnot for good margins and stuff isn't selling, then you just list them on eBay. So, room looking clear? Did you? No. Room's looking clear because Kayla's racking up everything from last night. That's all behind us that way. She's racking all the stuff. How many items do you have listed? 2,630. We just checked it. Somebody asked it earlier. Man, my voice is starting to go out again. All right, next up, you got this is kind of a unique seller. It's not something that sells fast, but anytime I find them cheap enough, I'll buy them. The brand is Dragonfly. These are like like almost like bowling, but they have like flames all over them. It's kind of like a almost like a gothic kind of look shirt to this. Paid $5.33. This was listed for a little bit, I think about 2 months, and it sold for full asking price $24.99 plus ship. Hello, Squarehead. Shut up, Tej. Get out of here. I'm going to attempt to go live thrifting on Whatnot and may get boutique boxes. New or new without tags. I'm experimenting. Let's go. Live thrifting. It literally makes all the sense to just go live when you're thrifting. If you're already at the store shopping for goods, right? If you're already there buying product for your eBay business, why not just go live and build a community of people that like to watch you go live and thrift? You don't have to show your face. I probably showed my face 1% of the. I probably showed my face 1% of the live yesterday. So you don't need to show your face at all. You go in the store. You're not going to have many people at first, but what you're going to do is, as you're thrifting, you are building that community up. So that way, when you get things like pallets, then you can advertise that during your live thrifts. Like, hey, I got a pallet of brand new with tag inventory. Since you guys are buying this stuff at the thrift store, you might want to buy some stuff that we get that come in brand new with tags. You grow your audience organically on the platform with zero risk. It is literally a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. There should be more people doing it. And the thrift stores don't care. I know a lot of people have this assumption that the thrift stores are going to get super mad at you because you're going live and you're selling stuff for more than what they have priced at. If they wanted to sell it for more, they would price it higher. That's what thrift stores are doing. If they want to get more, they'll price it higher. If it doesn't sell, they discount it, and then you come in and sell it for more. They don't care about that. They just want to move product. The thrift store literally has so much stuff in the back that they have to get out to the sales floor as fast as they can. So they need to turn over product as fast as they can. And if you bring an audience to the store and you're able to sell more product for them, they will like that. They're not going to be like, don't do this. This is against the rules. Like, you just go to the manager and be like, what do you mean? I'm buying a ton of product at your price and I'm selling it. Why is that? What does it matter if I buy it here? Why does it matter if I sell it before I buy it or I sell it after I buy it? They already know we're all resellers. When we walk in and we have 300 items in our cart and we're bringing them up to the front register and they're all different sizes, we're not buying that stuff for ourselves. They understand what we're doing. So if you're doing it beforehand, before you buy it, why would they even care? The only people that care are resellers that think that get upset about that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. As a thrift store owner, they're not going to care. Yeah, take time to build that audience, 100%. But if you're already at the thrift store, you're already shopping, you might as well take that time to build it. Hit the thrifts this week. I did. I only went thrifting 2 days this week because we got so much stuff to take care of today. So we were supposed to go today, but we didn't go today. Any advice on buying Ben Silver? Ben Silver is a very, very good brand. I never picked up Drills pants before, so I'd have to look those up. But Ben Silver is a really great brand. Pretty much anything Ben Silver sells, so I'm pretty sure that those pants will sell. You just have to look up comps. I don't use a folding board. No, we do everything by hand. We fold everything by hand. I'm gonna try to catch up on chat. Any Polo Bear? Yes. Yes, we will have Polo Bear for Saturday's show. Yes, I got confirmation of that yesterday. I have to keep telling myself I'm new. That's the plan. Yeah, it's going to take time. Like, another thing people complain about is like, obviously, K-Way, you're going to have great success on Whatnot because you have a social media following. Like, that's why you have so much success. And I tell them, yeah, and to grow that social media following, I didn't make any money on social media for like a year and a half. I literally just put out videos consistently every single day. I went live every single day on TikTok and made zero money for a year and a half. So do that on Whatnot. Go live on Whatnot for a year and a half and make zero money. That's all I gotta say about that. There's so many excuses out there. So many people just want to make so many excuses. Literally made no money on socials, built my following, and now I'm able to take that following and bring them to other platforms because I put in that work beforehand. So if you don't want to grow socials, you got to put that work in on Whatnot, and it might take you a year and a half before you see massive success, but anybody can do it. Next up, this is a women's Miss Sook. It's like a cardigan, a long cardigan. I paid $2.63 for this. Or Kayla did. Kayla picked this up. I wouldn't pick up Miss Sook. And it sold for $25 plus shipping. This was listed for a little bit too. We don't really pick up Miss Sook too often because it kind of sits, but if we get it cheap enough, we'll still pick it up. So it's live thrifting. Yeah, whenever we're live thrifting, we're on Whatnot. We're on Whatnot. Do you think the failing economy will increase eBay sales? I think that people still buy things in a failing economy. And what they do is they try to get things at a cheaper price. So if you're able to offer the same brands they like in pre-owned condition at a cheaper price than they are brand new with tags, you will most likely see an increase. So if we ever see a failing economy and everything starts crashing, usually the pre-owned market does very, very good in a failing economy. It does good in any economy. People still want to spend money, so they'll spend money. They'll spend it on pre-owned goods. I'll say it's a different than a failing economy, but during when everything was shut down during COVID, I ended up almost selling my entire store in like a 2 month span. Obviously, it's because stores were also closed down, so people couldn't shop, but also people were running out of money because they couldn't go to work, and they were still buying stuff on eBay, and my business boomed. That's literally what skyrocketed me into being able to do this full time, because I sold so much stuff. I was able to pay off my wife's student loan, my car, and like a bunch of like credit card bills and stuff like that. Literally almost became debt free besides a house in like a 2 month period of time. So comps over everything. Yep. Comps over everything. Fine sell through rate. Yes. True. In most cases, like Surf says, you can build your own sell through rate too. If you find something that usually sells for $50 that doesn't have a good sell through rate, but you're able to price it for $25 because you only paid $1 for it, you just created a way better sell through rate than most people. So Surf is very, very smart for saying that. Don't tell him I told him he's smart though. I don't want to hear him tell me that I said that he's smart. Next up, this is a Bugatti shirt. I picked this up retail arbitrage. It says I paid $38.23, but I know I used discounts on this when I picked it up. It sold for $50. It's just a Bugatti floral polo. These usually do really good. I know it says $38.23, but I'm almost certain I paid like right around $25 for this. It all takes time. It's uncomfortable at first, but it gets easier. True. When I was on live on TikTok for the first time, it took me like 10 minutes to hit the live button. I was literally like scared to hit the live button. And now when I go live, I just press the button and go live. It's easy. You get used to it. It's all about reps. Take those reps. Are you using this StreamYard? No, I'm using what is it called? Restream to multicast to multiple platforms. StreamYard's good too. I think either or is good. But yeah, right now I'm multicasting to Facebook and YouTube on my computer. But on my phone, I'm live on Instagram on my phone. Because Instagram looks better when you're live this way, and then the other two look better when you're live this way. Are going to keep a lower eBay inventory and focus on current live thrifting model. For live thrifting, I think we're just doing it for fun. I don't think it's ever going to be like a huge part of our business. I think I could potentially make it a huge part of our business. There's a couple things live thrifting is a little bit hard to do. One of those is I only have a few stores in my area that actually have good service. So I can't live thrift in every store. I can only live thrift in about 3 of my locations around me because you don't want the stream breaking up. So that's like a hurdle you have to get through. It's profitable, but it's not as profitable as buying those items and listing them on eBay or buying those items and running them on a curated whatnot show. So I think we just do it for fun. I mean, we made decent money yesterday. I think we made like $250 after all fees and expenses. So it's good money for one day of going to the thrift store. But I don't think it's going to be a huge. I think it's just going to be like a fun day for us. Just go out and give everybody good deals. That's why I ran everything at cost yesterday because I really didn't really care about making too much money. It was more about giving out deals and stuff like that. And I think over the next 6 months, that live thrifting model it's not going to be for making profit, but it's going to be for finding new buyers, finding people that enjoy hanging out with us and buying from us. That's the bigger benefit of those lives. And last year during this period of the year, we actually saw a decrease in sales. We saw a huge decrease in sales. And right now we're seeing an uptick in sales. So I think it's all from being able to go live and grow that audience organically from live thrifting. So maybe we live thrift a little bit more every week. But yeah, I think that we'll just keep doing what we're doing for now. Do a fake live beforehand and invite people to help. What do you mean? Do a fake live beforehand and invite people to help. I don't know what that means. I feel like Goodwill has intermittent connection. Yeah, the Goodwills in our area suck. It's always the red, white, and blues that have the best connection. It's like Goodwill's the buildings they make them in. Like the roofs are like made out of tin and they just don't let any cell phone signal in there. So Can't wait for my Ludlow overcoat. That's a good one. You got a good deal on that too. You got a really good deal on that. So when you go on live, starting price, we have to pay a certain amount. So when you go live, starting price when you have to pay a certain amount, specifically starting out thoughts. When you first start out, if you're live at the thrift store, I would suggest like if you're buying something for $5, start that item at $10. Like start it above cost enough that you know you're going to make a decent profit running that until you build up an audience. The only reason we were doing dollar starts yesterday at the thrift store and we were doing starting at cost is because I had 130 people in there. So it just makes sense. I'm going to get multiple bids on those items, especially because they're good items at resale. But when you're first starting out, start at a comfortable price. You don't have to start at $1. You don't have to start at cost. Start at 10. It's much easier to come down from a higher start than it is to come up from a lower start. So if your starting price is $15, let's say at the thrift store, and you start an item at $5, people are like excited because they're like, oh, thanks. But if you are starting at 5 and you're like, hey guys, I got to start everything at 15 now because I'm not making enough money, you might lose some customers. So just keep that in mind when you first start. You're going to want to start a little bit higher. You can always work your way down, but it's much, much harder to work your way back up. That Patagonia haul was crazy. It was they just had restocked. I actually met Ethan outside. Ethan was outside. He came up to me. He's like, "Hey, they're restocking the front." And I didn't think anything of it. And I walked in. I saw vintage. And I was like, "Oh, it's vintage. I'm not really into vintage." And then none of that was vintage. None of that was vintage. Next up, we got some Lacoste. These are Lacoste shorts. I picked these up at TJ Maxx for $20 during that TJ Maxx haul that I had last summer. These sold for $44.99. These sat for a little bit, but I'm okay sitting on these. I know they were eventually going to move. Oh yeah, on Whatnot. Yes, you can do a practice live if you want to on Whatnot. So you can always do that if you're in the thrift store and you want to try to feel like how the live is going to feel and how to hold your camera and stuff. You can always do a live that doesn't get cast anywhere. It's just for you to see. You can practice loading items when you're in the thrift store. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I didn't even think about talking about that. Yes, there are people that sit in the thrift store all day, Oliver, and wait for items. The Suit Supply jacket that I sold, there's a guy that sits at that store. Actually, multiple stores. There's multiple guys that sit in multiple of the stores that we go to. But he was just looking for vintage. And while he's sitting there waiting for the racks to come out so he can pick up a couple $15 t-shirts, I went over to the suit section and I found that Suit Supply that came out on a rack that he had to have seen because he sits there all day. Picked that up for $6.96 and it resold for $162. So that literally came out. He saw it. He could have picked it up at full price and made good money on it, but he's just looking for vintage. So I just always shake my head and like, man, if my job was to sit here all day and watch the new racks come out, I would make sure nothing gets past me because that's my job. I'm sitting there all day. I should be picking up all the best items, but they miss all the best items. Doesn't make any sense, but oh well. I'm going to show you a couple items. We're going to pack these up off live too. So these all sold, I believe, to the same buyer. Yes, this one sold. This is a Peter Millar shirt, sold for $22.50. This one sold for $20.70. This one, and this one sold for $65.97, and then this one sold for $20.70. So all 6 of these sold to the same buyer. They messaged me yesterday and they said, hey, if I buy a bunch of Peter Millar shirts from your store, will you refund shipping or will you give me discounted shipping? Will you refund the difference? And I said, absolutely. What I'll do is I'll ship the items the next day and I'll refund the shipping based off of what I pay. So that's what I'll do after the live is I'm going to pack these up, put them in a box. I'll probably put them in like a medium flat rate box because they'll fit really nice and snug, and then ship those out, and then I'll refund the difference in shipping for him so he doesn't have to overpay for those items. So nice little bundle sale, all selling on eBay. So nice little sale right there. Just got out knowledge and yep. I have 200 items in my store, roughly doing 3 to 5 sales a day. Should I update the actual store instead of the free version? No, you get 250 listings for free. So unless you're paying insertion fees, I wouldn't worry about it. Even if you're paying a little bit insertion fees every month, I would still not upgrade. I think once you get like over 300, it's like 330 listings or something like that. That's when it makes more sense to do the store. Unless you're listing like 400 every month and you're selling 3 to 5 a day. So let's say you sell 5 a day. That's 150 listings. So that's 350. If you have 350 insertions every month, you need to look at how many insertions you have every month, because you have 200 that recycle to the next month. So that's automatically 200 that you have. And then you also are putting in 150, let's say, a month, and you're at 350, then yeah, maybe it's time for you to look at a store. But if you're only hitting like 50 insertion fees every month and you're only paying that little bit, then you probably don't need to yet. So you just gotta look at how much you're paying. What do you list them at? The first two? What do you mean? The Peter Millar shirts? I just gave off the prices. They sold for right around like 20 to 25. The referral code for selling on Whatnot. Is there a time limit after you give? Yes, once you're accepted for your first week, after you start your first live, you have 1 week to do 150 in sales, and they'll match 150. If you do like one live and then you wait a month to do your next one, then you won't hit that. You won't hit that bonus. So you have to do it within a week after you. I think it's within a week after you start your first live. I have a ton of Lily Blitzer. He asked me to contact you. Just don't have the time to sell. Let me know how to contact you. It's kwayconsign@gmail.com. Put it in the chat. It's right there. kwayconsign@gmail.com. Well, Brandon, are you not picking up anymore? What brand are you not picking up anymore? That's a good question. Well, I pick up stuff in certain brands. Way back in the day. Oh, Kahala, that's one of the ones I don't pick up anymore. I used to pick up Kahala back in the day. Those don't move very well anymore. Unless they're like again, exceptions. If they have huge patterns on the front and they're 100% rayon, those will still sell for good money. Tory Richard, again, I'll pick up those, but they have to have really good patterns on them. Tommy Hilfiger, like when I first started selling, people were picking up Tommy Hilfiger. Almost nothing Tommy Hilfiger sells unless it's like a windbreaker that has like a big hit on the back. I don't pick up any Tommy Hilfiger. Next up, Brooks Brothers men's size 3XL. It's pre-owned condition, but it's a 3XL, so that's why it sold for $29.99 plus ship. I paid $7.47. Thinking about starting this as a side gig. Any tips to help start off? Yes, Rudy. What I would suggest is start selling items in your house first before you start spending any money on anything. Usually you'll be able to make anywhere between $500 to $1,000 selling stuff that you don't use, whether it's clothing, shoes, hard goods, stuff like that. So just go around your house and list some of those items. And hey, if you make a mistake on an item that you weren't using, you don't really lose any money. But if you make a mistake on an item that you went out and bought and you lose money on it, then you lost money. So yeah, sell items in your house first. That's what I always suggest. I updated the store just to have the templates, a custom SKU field. Just last week. Yes, that helps too. When you update your store, you get those little bit of perks that kind of help you know where your items are. The custom SKU field is a big bonus. What percentage do you pay for somebody? 70-30 splits after fees. 70-30 after fees. You send the items to us, so you pay for shipping, and then we take care of all giveaway and coupon spend during our shows. So 70-30 after fees, and we sell stuff for really good money. If you send us good stuff, we get good money for your stuff. And what I do is you email me, I will send you a template to fill out. You'll fill out the template with everything you're interested in consigning, and I will cherry pick all the best items from you because I want to make sure I get the best prices. So like I won't take like Peter Millar, I won't take a Peter Millar polo with random club embroidery on it because it's Peter Millar. I won't do that. I usually won't take pieces like Untucked shirts unless they're good sizes or 100% linen or they have good patterns. I don't take those because those only sell for like 10 to 15 bucks. You can get more if you sell those on eBay. But I will take something like an Arc'teryx down jacket because that I will be able to get good money for. Yeah, you guys are going to see. Come to Saturday's show. Come to Saturday's show. Look at the brands that we're selling. Those are the brands that you're going to want to send in to us because we're going to be able to get the best money for you. Next up, this right here is a Peter Millar with a club embroidery, but shout out to Caleb Sells. I showed this on a YouTube video and I said, you know what, I don't think this is going to sell for that much because of the club embroidery. Fun fact, the Chicago Golf Club is actually a very, very good golf club to be on the lookout for, and Caleb let me know that. So I picked this up during that bulk buy. I think I paid like $4 for this is what I said I sold, what I paid for this. And it sold for, I got to go over to Nifty really quick because it sold over on Poshmark. This one sold for $53 in pre-owned condition. Peter Millar. It is a Perth quarter zip sweater, but the reason it sold so much is because it actually has a good golf club on it. So 70% to the consigner, 30% to us. 70-30 splits in your favor. It would never be the opposite way. You wouldn't make any money if you did it that way. 70-30 splits after fees. Let me find this really quick. There it is. You helped my Ralph Lauren pickup choices. I found Ralph Lauren high-tech hoodie. Ooh. Yeah, the high-tech anything sells. Ralph Lauren pants, hoodie. I would really suggest, Cindy, making sure you look up that one and make sure you don't have a rare one, because some of those are very, very rare. Very, very rare. High-tech. I hardly ever find anything Polo Ralph Lauren high-tech either. That's a very, very, very good find. We'll pack up this one really quick. This was our only Depop sale from yesterday. This is a women's Swiftly Tech shirt. Picked this up at a thrift store for $6.40. This sold over on Depop for $17 plus ship. Little bread and butter sale. Remember, Depop doesn't really have fees, so I made a $10 profit on this, basically $9.34. So it's just a little bread and butter piece, nothing too crazy. What other states have you sourced in? I've sourced in Tennessee. I've sourced in North Carolina. And I think we stopped in Georgia, and stopped at a store in Georgia, but we really didn't source that much. It was just like on the way. What tips do you give about taxes? Michael, I have 0 tips about taxes. I don't give any tips on taxes because I'm not a tax professional. So I would highly suggest talking to a tax professional and getting their advice. I don't give any tax advice online because I'm not supposed to. Do you use Nifty's expenses tab? I will. I'm really bad about putting expenses in, but yeah, all my receipts will go into the expenses tab. And then probably what I'll do is I'll go zero out all the prices I paid for everything at the end of the year, and I use the receipts as my cost of goods for that year. So I'll have to go back and do some editing, but it'll all work out in the wash. Next up, let's pull this one. This is a good one. I pulled it. You guys are going to see it in a video too. This is a men's Turnbull and Asser shirt. I picked this up locally in a bulk buy. I think I paid like $8 for this. I usually don't pay more than $8 for most pieces. This one sold for $36, so it's just a basic men's dress shirt. It's a good size. It's a size 18, which is like a men's size 2XL, and it sold for $36. So if you can sign, what items are you looking for? Well-known high-end brands. Again, come to my show, Stephanie. Come to the show on Saturday, and just look at the brands that we're running on the show. Those are the brands that we're looking for. Well-known high-end: North Face, Patagonia, Arc'teryx, Cool, Lululemon, Lilly Pulitzer, Johnny Was, yeah, well-known high-end brands. And the items we're looking for are items that sell for $35 or more on eBay. We're not looking for like a Lululemon t-shirt, because after you ship it in, after you pay for shipping and everything, you're not going to make enough money to make it make sense. And we want to make sure we get you as much money as possible. That's the whole point of consignment. So you make profit, you go out, buy some more stuff, you send us more stuff, everybody wins. So yeah, $35 or more sales on eBay. What's a LuLaRoe? Like, don't send us in LuLaRoe. I'm not going to get any money for LuLaRoe. Doesn't make sense. Well-known high-end brands. What scale? I'm using a Dymo scale. The exact scale I'm using is in my link tree, in my pin post, or in the description of this live. And if you go to my products we use on a daily basis, the same exact scale I'm using is there. You can pretty much use any scale. You don't have to use that one. If you find a cheaper one, it'll work. All right, we got 2 down here. There's a poncho shirt that we listed the other day. It should be in those bins down there. Should be right on one of the top ones. Next up, Robert Graham. This is a Robert Graham tailored shirt. It's got a really good pattern to it. I picked this up for $13.38. This one sold for full asking price of $49.99 plus shipping. So Robbie G's, they're selling. They're starting to move. What are your thoughts on the Buffalo Bills winning the Super Bowl next year? Well, they're not, because the Tennessee Titans are going to win next year. We're going to have the best draft picks this year. Will Levis is going to go through some major changes. He's going to be the next Tom Brady. So It's going to be really hard for Buffalo to beat us next year. That's all I got to say. Steve will do it. Yep, I got Steve will do a shirt on. Yep, that's the one. Steve will do it. I have a couple Steve will do it merch shirts. Some people don't like Steve. I like Steve. Steve's a good guy. He's a funny guy too. My idea, if I get a Hope palette and I attempt to sell and whatnot and do not have a large enough audience, something that you would consign, yes, I would. But depending on what you pay for those Hokas, you gotta remember 70-30 splits after fees after you pay to ship them to me. So, because you pay shipping expenses to me. So let's say you get 50 Hokas. To ship 50 Hokas to me, it's not cheap to ship shoes, even if you ship them UPS. So even if you put them in a big box and you get them to me, it's probably going to eat some of your margins right there, and then I'm going to eat 30% of your margins. So if you want to move them fast, I can move them very, very fast for you. I'll have an audience set up. I'll do a Hoka show, and I'll promote the crap out of it, and I'll get a lot of good people in there. But if you're paying, let's say, $50 for Hokas, and I'm selling them for $100, even if I move them for $100, after you pay your cut, so after fees, you would be making around $65 a unit, and then just imagine you have a $5 to $10 shipping cost on top of that per shoe because you had to ship them all in bulk to me. So that's a lot of stuff you got to consider before you make that move, and that's something I would talk you through before I ever took that deal. Because of course I would love to take your Hokas, and run them on my show because everybody on my show would love them. But I also want to make sure you make money too. Poncho shirt. If you know, you know. I ran one of these on Whatnot last week, by the way. Poncho, paid $16.05. It is a basic men's snap button poncho shirt. There's nothing too crazy. It's pretty plain looking. This thing sold in 2 days for $54.99 plus shipping. If you know, you know. If you're out there thrifting, look for that label. These are selling so fast. So freaking fast. So freaking fast. The red, white, and blue, buy pallets of inventory. I think they did at one point, Oliver. Our store had a bunch of new shoes, but I think they stopped doing it because it wasn't profitable because nobody was buying the shoe. They had, if you guys remember when we went in there, we bought all those Newtons and we bought all those Ultras. They had them priced at $60, and I think they were paying around $30 a pair, and nobody bought them. And then nobody bought them when they went half off, and then we got them for 75% off. So they actually lost money on those. Because you can't really get Ultra shoes and pallets for less than like $30 a unit. You might be able to get them for $20 if you're buying like bulk, but it's really hard to get shoes for a discounted price like that. When's the last time you cleaned your fingernails? Boy, my fingernails are clean. Look at them. Look at them fingernails. I got skin damage. Serps, what the hell are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be working? Get out of here. Don't you have something better to do instead of bully me in front of all my friends? Gosh. Get him out of here. Somebody ban him. Next up, another Robbie G sold. These are selling really well, especially ones with good patterns. This one has almost like a floral print underneath. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Pick this up in a bulk buy. Right around $8 is usually what I pay for these in a bulk buy, and this one sold for $35. So why does TikTok ban people for going live in thrift stores? Because TikTok, good old TikTok is, how do I word this? TikTok does not know how to enforce their own rules. Let's just say that. I've been from going live on TikTok because I sold a regulated good supposedly on the live. If you look up what regulated goods are, it's basically drugs, alcohol, guns, things like that. By the way, I can say the word guns on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, but I cannot say that word on TikTok because I'll get banned if I say that one word. That's how TikTok is all about free speech and all that stuff, but when you actually go down to the nitty gritty when it comes to TikTok, they're not for free speech. They're for implementing stupid rules. And one reason for that is because they're so deep into TikTok Shop that they want to have people sell on their platform. So to get advertisers and people coming to their platform, they have to like regulate it very, very hard. And that's why people get banned for going live in thrift stores, because TikTok doesn't know how to enforce their own rules. I didn't sell any regulated goods. I still can't go live on TikTok. I've tried to reach out to them. They've literally made it to where when I go into the app and I create a ticket, my ticket never goes through anymore. When I try to reach out to support, it says message not sent every single time I send a message to them. They basically blocked me from sending messages to them. because I've asked them to supply me with the proof that I sold a regulated good on my live, and they won't do it because they know I didn't sell a regulated good, but they have enforced that stupid rule, and I can't get it unbanned. So good old TikTok. Good old TikTok. What time on the weekend is your Whatnot show? If you go over to Whatnot right now, if you go to my link in my bio, go to Kway Shop on Whatnot. My Saturday show is ready. It's on 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you just click the bookmark button, you'll get a notification as soon as I go live. All right, that's all my eBay orders. Let's do some Posh orders next. I do have a second account I can go live on TikTok, but I just don't go live on TikTok anymore because there's no point. I'm going to get banned either way, so well, why go live somewhere where you're going to get banned? Doesn't make any sense. All right, Judy Blues. These are women's Judy Blue jeans. Pick these up for $13.91. Obviously brand new with tags. These sold for $31 over on Posh. I'm going to start using these bags because these are priority mail. You can use anything priority mail with Poshmark, so you see me use these bags. Were you going to clear bags? I'm considering moving to surf stores. Moving from surf storage solution to your numbered solution like yours. Good, because Surfs has no clue what he's doing. Just kidding. My clear bags, all the products we use, Steven, if you go over to our link tree, either in the description of this live, or if you go to my pin post and you click on that, you go to the products we use on a daily basis, both the boxes that we use and the bags we use are linked there. Oh, I'm asking as a seller what the best time to sell is. To be honest, it's not about what time is the best time to sell. I think it's more about being consistent at the time you pick. So if you pick 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday morning, every single Tuesday for the next 6 months, make sure at 10 a.m. you're there for the next 6 months on a Tuesday morning. That's what I would suggest. There's people that kill it in the morning time. Rinzi sells all his stuff before 12 p.m. He has it all shipped out by 2. He makes a few grand every single day, and he just repeats that process, selling early in the morning. So I don't really think there's a specific time slot that's the best. I think it's just being consistent at your time slot. That's my suggestion. Next up, we got a Vineyard Vines shirt right here. This is a men's Vineyard Vines performance shirt. We picked this up for $5.34, and this one sold for $20 over on Poshmark. Nice little bread and butter sale. These are selling really well right now because during Easter time, anything Vineyard Vines, Peter Millar, brands like that, they're just moving really well. If you guys have any last minute questions, I got like less than 10 orders to ship out. So if you guys got last minute questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. This is like the first live shipping I've done in a while. And it's because we've been so busy, and also I've been doing live pooling on Sunday, so there's no point in doing a morning live on Monday morning. But I appreciate you guys being here. We'll pop up. Next up, we got some Peter Millar pants. These are brand new with the tags. Let me find the sale. We picked these up at TJ Maxx Marshalls for $42.78. Again, I don't think I paid $42.78. I'm almost positive that I basically got these for free because I had so many coupons, but we just put in the sticker price in there. If I go back to the receipts, I can figure out exactly what I paid. These actually sold for $70. These are a pair of corduroys. Anytime you find Peter Millar corduroys, they're usually always a pickup, especially brand new with tags. So nice little sale right there. Throw that in. I think you recommend an Excel spreadsheet to keep everything organized. Yes, that's also, if you go to my pin post or go to the description of this video and you click on my link tree, I have Jason Hayes spreadsheet link there, so you can click on that if you like that. It's not an Excel spreadsheet, it's a Google Sheet spreadsheet. That's the spreadsheet I've been using for the last few years. Or now I use Nifty, so Nifty downloads all of my sales information for me. I'll actually flip the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Nifty downloads all my sales information for me. So like this, let's say this Peter Millar pair of pants right here that I just shipped out. $42.78 is what I paid. I put $42.78 into cost of goods right there. It says I profited $13.22. Again, I don't think I paid $42.78, but this downloads all the information for me as soon as I make a sale, and it puts it all in for profit and loss. And then I can see my insights for the month. I can see how much I've sold, my total profit, average sales price, everything gets put in here. Jeans, which average sales price against all platforms, how much each platform is selling. All that good stuff is all downloaded right into Nifty. So if you need something like that, that is also a cross lister too. So you're able to cross list your items to multiple platforms. and then also have all your sales analytics. There's a free trial to Nifty. I'll drop that in the chat too. I think everybody should be using it, either a cross lister or using Nifty just for the sales analytics. And I'll put this in the chat. That's a free trial to Nifty, 7-day free. You can download some of your listings over. You can cross list a couple, see how it works. And then also you get the sales analytics and all that for a week, for 7 days. So if you want to try it out for free, just click that link. And 7-day free trial. If you do end up wanting to purchase it, you also get 15% off your first month with that code. So you save 15% on your first month. It's a monthly charge for Nifty, depending on which one you use. So yeah, you get to decide which one you want. There's a cross lister. It shares your Poshmark closet for you. It sends out offers. You can cross list, sales analytics, all that good stuff. You can put in your profit and loss, all that stuff. It's very, very good. I moved over from. I used to use List Perfectly, and I changed over to Nifty because I think Nifty is much better than List Perfectly, in my humble opinion. Next up, we got an Untucked shirt. Men's Untucked shirt. We picked this up online arbitrage. I think I paid $20 a piece for these. I can't remember again off the top of my head. This one sold for $36 over on Poshmark. This little easy sale. I have to go do my day job. Have a good day. Appreciate you, Stephanie. Let's go. Appreciate you stopping in. Did you talk about the Whatnot drama? No, I didn't talk about it. I can't really remember that. I guess I can talk about it here. I just can't talk about drama on Whatnot because people can report you for harassing other users and all that stuff. So, who do you say sell before noon? Renzy, RNZY. RNZY on Whatnot. Also on social media too. So if you didn't catch the drama, there's a lady named Nicole State. She's been reselling for a very long time, and she's been in lots of seller scandals. She's banned on eBay from this is alleged, by the way. She's allegedly banned on eBay. She's allegedly banned on Poshmark, and now she's allegedly being banned on Whatnot. And allegedly, what she did is she did a $100,000 show. She's doing these big, huge shows on Whatnot. And if you don't know, once you sell something on Whatnot, once you hit the print label, your money is deposited into your account, and then you can transfer it over to PayPal, even though you technically haven't shipped that item. And allegedly what she was doing was she was selling a bunch of product. She was printing out a scan sheet. She was not shipping those items, but she was taking, packages to the post office and having them scan that scan sheet. And once they scanned it, it said it was being processed. And really, she didn't ship anything. So the post office shows that it's been shipped. It shows it's shipped on her end, but then people weren't getting their orders. And they're like, where's my order? It's been 2 months and I haven't got my order. And she never would answer messages. She doesn't do customer service at all. And she's going to ruin it for everybody. I hope that this doesn't ruin it for everybody for instant payouts, because Whatnot's instantly paying her out she had a $100,000 show. So she instantly got paid out for a $100,000 show, and then she didn't ship most of those orders. And then there's a whole bunch of other drama that goes behind the scenes. But it's very, very. She's been doing this for a while. I've never really watched her. I never really cared about her. But it's all over. If you just type in her name on YouTube right now, there's YouTube video like talking about her, and people in the chat right now know all about it. But what's crazy is people knew about this and they were still paying money, like good money in her shows. She would have 1,000 people watching her. It's like, how does a scammer get 1,000 people watching them? I wish 1,000 people would watch me. I don't scam. Come on in. Like, I won't scam you. I promise. Come on in. Buy my stuff. I won't scam you. I promise I'll ship it. I'll even come on live and I'll show myself ship your items. Like, come on. It's wild. She's very good at getting people into her shows. There's probably other stuff that goes behind the scenes too. How she got so many people into her shows. But yeah. There's bad apples in everything. There's bad apples in every business, unfortunately, and she was a bad apple. Hopefully Whatnot takes care of it. Hopefully they do. Next up, we got some Lululemon. These are Lululemon joggers. Picked these up for $8.54. These sold over on Poshmark really quick for $38. She was a huge seller. She's been a huge seller on every platform she's sold on. Every single platform she's sold on. Yeah, Rockstar Flipper did a video on that. She's gonna be in big trouble if the post office finds out that she was claiming that she shipped items that she never did. That's federal. That's big dog stuff. That's where you end up in a big old jail cell with a lot of people that you don't really like that did really, really bad crimes. So, yeah. She blamed the post office for late packages. People took a whole month to get their orders. Yeah, it wasn't that. It's she didn't have the product and she was shipping them out late. She was either shipping it out late or she was selling the product and then ordering the product and having it delivered and then shipping it out later. But then also taking those funds immediately and being able to use those funds to, yeah, very, very bad. It'd just be like if we were at the thrift store and we were like, hey, we're gonna sell you a Lululemon shirt, but it's not gonna get to this thrift. Like, I'm gonna sell you a Lululemon shirt in the thrift store, but I'm gonna wait till I find one at a discounted price a month from now and then ship that shirt out a month later. But I'll print out the label and claim that I shipped it, but I didn't really ship it. That would be like the same matter. So, yeah. Armed postal don't have a sense of humor. Oh, I know. I used to work for the post office. I know those guys. those guys don't play. Those guys have, you mess with them, they will do what they have to do, and they're allowed to do whatever they want to do. Because, yeah. Next up, Eaton shirt. Picked this up for $8. This one sold for $21. Yeah, it wasn't the postal worker's fault. She comes in with a scan sheet. So she comes with a scan sheet and she says, here's all my packages, scan the scan sheet. They scan the scan sheet, and they move on with their day. It's not really the postal employee's fault. So thanks, Felix. Thanks, Felix. That's so nice of you to compliment my glasses. To be a good seller because she has good following. She ruined it for herself. Yeah, but she'll be back. She'll be on another platform. Watch. If they ban her there, she'll be moving to another platform. There's so many platforms out there, and she has such a loyal following for some reason that she'll be able to move all of them to another one. Don't you? What am I trying to say? It'll happen. Next up, this is a men's Untuck It shirt. I'm trying to find this one really quick. Men's Untuck It. This is an old. Oh, I got to go to the next page. That's how much we sold yesterday. I got to go to page 2 to find this. Men's Untuck It. Where did this sell? Why am I not seeing this? Men's Untuck It. Where are you? Rock Revivals, Kenny Flowers. Should be up here. Oh, there it is. Right there. Paid $6.42 for this Men's Untuck It shirt. It sold for $20 over on Poshmark. Eaton. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Eaton is how you pronounce it, but I don't know. So she was giving them packages. I don't know what she was doing. Allegedly, she was bringing packages to them with a scan sheet. And when you scan the scan sheet, all the packages are linked to your scan sheet. So once you scan that scan sheet, technically those packages are tracking, even though they only scanned one barcode. They didn't scan a bunch of barcodes. That's how scan sheets work. And you can print them out on eBay too. If you ever print out like bulk shipping, you can also print out a bulk shipping label. And you can ship out all your packages all at once. And the post office likes that because they only have to scan one barcode instead of scanning every single one of your barcodes. I got 2 orders that sold after that Kayla didn't print out, so I'm going to print this one out right now. If it'll let me. There it goes. Oops. We got a Lululemon jacket that sold on Poshmark. Print it out right now. And this Lululemon jacket we picked up for $6.40. $6.40 for this Lululemon jacket. I think Kayla found this at a Goodwill. And this one sold for $27 over on Poshmark. Nice little quick sale. Scans a sheet but doesn't receive packages. Genuinely curious. I've never heard of that. Post office received packages. So she brought in a handful of packages. So let's say she sold $100,000 worth of stuff on her show. So let's say it was, 2,000 packages is what she technically was supposed to ship. She would bring in 200 because she had 200 orders. She had 200 items to be able to fulfill those orders. So she'd pull her truck up to the back, drop off a bunch of packages, and have them just scan the scan sheet. They didn't go through and individually count and make sure that all 2,000 packages or all 500 packages that she was supposed to ship. So then what she did was she deposited those funds into her account, and then she would wait for those products to come in, or she would just never ship them at all. Allegedly, by the way. This is all alleged. Everything I said on this live was all alleged. Even these sales are all alleged sales. You can verify them if you want, but everything is alleged. Gotta cover my tracks. Similar boxes merch. Merch Saga, she had the economy, too bad for all the scams. Yeah. Who? Don't worry about it, Felix. Felix, just, you'll find the drama. Felix, you're good at finding drama. Last up, this is a Harley Davidson shirt. I'm just moving these at this point. Pick these up like in a huge bulk buy. This is actually the first round of stuff that we ever were going to sell on Whatnot, because I knew Harley sold well on Whatnot, and we sold a bunch of them, but then they didn't do so well after we sold a bunch of them. So I'm like, you know what? We're just going to list these. These have been listed forever, so I'm glad to see these go. I might move the rest on Whatnot for like dollar starts and just get them gone. But we paid $4.25 each for these. This one sold for $6. We basically made our money back on these. We made a good amount of money. I've already made profit on all the Harley shirts I bought, but we just have a few more listed that we're trying to get gone. Is there any way to prove to eBay that an item isn't fake? You can send in receipts if they're claiming that your item is illegitimate. You can send in receipts, but I will say this: if the brand claimed your item is inauthentic and they zeroed you, you have to prove that to the brand, not to eBay. eBay has to, by law, pull down that item if the brand says your item is fake, even if it's real. And a lot of brands will do this where they claim all your items are fake so they don't have any competition. There's a couple brands known for this. So you have to go to the brand, and a lot of times you have to hire a lawyer and get them involved, and the brand knows that and they know you're not going to do it. So then what I would suggest is either not sell those items, sell them at a garage sale or something like that, sell them to somebody else that's a reseller, or sell them on another platform where you know that brand is not going to attack you on that platform, allegedly. Pack up my orders right now. Also, I'm a top seller and have been selling on Depop. Some tips is that right now Depop is going less description, gets more traffic, and no hashtags. Yeah, I've never used hashtags. I also don't sell that much on Depop. I sell way more on eBay than I do Depop, and I'll show you that right now. These are my eBay sales compared to my Depop sales. Selling the same exact inventory. Depop, over the last month, I've done $637 in sales. eBay, I've done $11,000 in sales. So Depop is great for some people. I would say list your same stuff to eBay. Even if it's vintage, you'll sell it for more on eBay and you'll sell it faster on eBay. There's more buyers on eBay than there is on Depop. Also, buyers pay a lot more for accepted offers on eBay than they do on Depop. That number would be completely different if all those accepted offers that I've accepted over the last month actually paid for their stuff. But yeah, Depop is a weird place. That's all I gotta say. So many people on Depop. There's so many videos I watch online because I watch lots of reseller videos throughout the day. And the people that sell on Depop are they're different. They're different kind of sellers compared to all the other platforms. That's what I would say. A lot of them don't look up comps. They go into a store, they find a shirt they like. They're like, hey, this graphic is cool. I'm going to list this for $25. And it's like, did you look up what other ones are selling for of the exact same shirt? No, I just think it's a $25 shirt. It's like, okay, well, if you're treating your store as a vintage store, you do understand that when you have a vintage store locally, there's only one vintage store, and usually you have to drive 30 or 40 miles to get to the next vintage store. When it comes to online, if somebody likes your shirt, all they have to do is go to the search bar and type in your shirt and find one at a discounted price, and they will be able to get it shipped in the same amount of time, delivered right to their door for a cheaper price. It's a lot more competition online. So it's very weird. It's very weird. Whereas eBay, a lot of the eBay sellers actually look up their items, look how many are listed, look how many are sold, kind of like my Bolo videos, and they'll pick up better selling items. With Depop, it's just like, I'm treating my Depop store as a vintage store, and I'm just assuming that things are going to sell for the prices I have listed. It's very, very weird model. I don't cross-list to Mercari. Do you like Mercari? I stopped cross-listing for a little bit to Mercari. I started cross-listing again. Mercari's okay. I just don't sell as much on Mercari. Like this month on Mercari, I've done $159 in sales. It's not really, if I lost Mercari, it wouldn't really hurt my business. Same with Depop, it wouldn't hurt my business. So what's up? What's up, Kim? So many offers that never go through. Facts. I use a steamer on mine, but not all. We don't steam or anything. We don't do anything extra to your items. We just lay them flat. I don't know if you can see that. Over there, they're laid flat, and then when Mom lists them, she takes the measurements, does the listing, and then she takes it out and takes photos. By the time it gets out there, it's all nice and flat and even. We don't steam or do anything to our items extra. We will clean them if they have stains or flaws, but that's pretty much it. All right, chat. That's everything. We shipped out all 30 orders. I still got the bulk bundle order to do and the suit supply order to pack up. I'll do that off live. Make sure you come out to the Whatnot Show tomorrow. I got short form videos that I'm going to be posting today, so make sure you look out for those. I'm going to try to film the Bolo video today. If I can't get it today, it'll come out sometime next week. Is what I'll try to do. But appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys coming out for yesterday's show. And don't miss Saturday's Whatnot Show. Be there, be square. If you haven't signed up, there's a link in all my bios. Sign up for Whatnot. You'll get $15 literally for free. To sign up, you get $15. You can spend it for free. You're going to want to spend it on that show because we got some crazy, crazy good stuff. And just come out to watch. Even if you don't want to buy anything, just come out to watch and watch what happens and look for the brands and all this stuff. We have such good brands that you'll be able to look at on screen, remember those brands, and you're going to want to remember them and take that knowledge and go to the thrift store and buy some of that stuff. So I'm not cross listing to Etsy when it comes out. No, I don't want to try Etsy. I just don't. It's cool that she's adding it, but I will not cross list to Etsy. I'll say that right now. It's just no point.